All right, we are back for block number 18 in our Minecraft Mob head blanket. And block number 18 is the Mushroom Cow. Yep, he kind of looks like a Mario mushroom color, red and white. But he's a Mushroom Cow. And he's kind of interesting because if you milk this cow, you will get mushroom stew. Sounds yummy. So the yarn I am using for this project is Premier, their Basics collection, which is a budget yarn. It is fairly reasonably priced, and it being a budget yarn, it feels pretty decent. Some of them feel a little nicer than other colors, but I swear it all has to do with the color. When you're using within the same line of yarn, they do different things to the different colors to make them feel different. I swear, I would bet my life on it. I swear. The colors that we use for the Mushroom Cow are red, a darker red, which mine is garnet, dark gray, light gray, black, white, and fern green for the border. We're also using I am also using a 6mm crochet hook, but you should use the hook that is appropriate for the size of the yarn that you are using and to the tension that you crochet with. So the graph that we are using is 8 by 8, meaning it is 8 stitches wide and 8 rows tall. 8 stitches meaning 8 bobble stitches. Technically, it's 16 because it's a bobble and a single crochet. For those of you that are new to this project or do not know how to do a bobble stitch, or you just need a refresher on how to do this stitch, the next segment is designed especially for you. You will see the chain stitch, the single crochet in the back bump, the bobble stitch, which is 5 double crochets together, followed by a single crochet, and how to change colors in the middle of a row, and then how we're doing our border. So if you've already seen it, feel free to skip ahead the next 12 minutes or so to the end so you can see what Mushroom Cow looks like, and I will meet you there. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is make a slip knot. Each one of the graphs you will chain 16 plus 1 for a turning chain, so a total of 17. You will then turn and do a single crochet into the back bump. In 16 of the chains, you're going to skip the first one. You will back bump, single crochet all the way across till you reach the end of the row. And when you get there, you should have 16. Okay, so I have 16. It should look like this. Both sides look nice. Makes it easier for when you add the border. So for the first bobble row, you will chain 3. Turn your work, and we're going to do 4 double crochets, incomplete double crochets, into the same stitch that our chain stitch attaches to. So you yarn over, go through the stitch, pull your yarn through, and go through 2 loops, leaving 1 on your hook. You now have 2. Yarn over, go through that same stitch, pull your yarn through, go through 2 loops, you now have 3. So you can do that 2 more times. We now have 4. So we need 1 more. And that makes 4. Okay, so we have a total of 5 loops because of our chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you want to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops. And the very next stitch, you do a single crochet. that single crochet is what gives you the nice pop out bobble. That makes our pixel or our bit. So each bobble stitch after the first one in every row, you do 5 double crochets together, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to do that for a total of 5 times. So that was 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to yarn over, pull through all 6 loops. You had 6 on your hook because you had 1 loop remaining from the single crochet. Then you follow that up with a single crochet. And then repeat that for the next bobble. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. This is 3 and 4 and 5. See how we have 6 loops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yarn over and go through all 6 and follow that with a single crochet. And see how our pixels are popping out? Okay, so you will do that all the way to the end of the row. When you get to the end of the row, your very last stitch is a single crochet. And it should look like this with 8 bobbles. Yes, it's going to curl up at first. As your work moves along and it grows, it flattens itself back out. So for the next row, which is the beginning of row 2, we do a single crochet, turn our work, and then we're going to place a single crochet in each stitch. When you do above the bobble, make sure you're only getting those top 2. Don't work down into this. You're going to put a single crochet into the single crochet and a single crochet into the top of the bobble all the way across. And when you make it to the end, you should have a total of 16 single crochets. So it should look like this. A row of single crochet all the way across. Then you will, for your next bobble row, you will chain 3, turn your work, and do the 4 incomplete double crochets into the first stitch. The first stitch meaning the same stitch that your chain 3 is connected to. Pull through all 5 loops and follow up with a single crochet. So when you get to the part where you're going to do a color change, you want to do it in the single crochet. So pull your working yarn forward. Bring in your new color, leaving a nice tail so you can work it in. And you're going to complete that single crochet with the new color. And, pull it snug, not super tight, but pull it down snug. And we're going to work over top of those. So we do a bobble because our color change was in the single crochet. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, pull through them all, and a single crochet into the next stitch. Now this particular one has 2 of the black bobbles. So do the second one. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, pull through all 6. Go to do my single. Now I need to go back to my other color, and I carried it with me. I don't always carry it with me, but these are such a small surface that when I only have 1 or 2 blocks of one color, I will carry the color with me if that is what comes next. Okay, so I'm going to pull my black forward, bring up my other color, complete the stitch with that, and we're going to tighten it down. You know, just make it a little snug. And then we go right into the bobble stitch. Single crochet. Okay, so that looks nice and clean from the front side. Oh, I didn't bring my scissors with me. Okay, so I'm just going to let that fall forward there and move on to my next bobble. Okay, so depending on which pattern you're working on, you're starting to see it take shape. You will continue this process for all 8 rows, and then we will come back for the border. Okay, once you've completed your block, you want to put a border around it. Each of the blocks will have a border just to make them easier to sew together. So you're going to start wherever you would like. And some people like to start in corners, some people like to start on the actual edge of it itself. So you're going to single crochet into each stitch across the top. And each stitch across the bottom. When you get to the corner, it is a single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet into the same space, chain 2. We're going to work past the bobble and into the stitch where the bobble and the single crochet meet on the side. Sometimes it can be tough like that one was. Okay, chain 2, skip over the bobble and come into that single crochet. That one was a little easier. Chain 2, skip over the bobble, go into the single crochet. So that is how you handle both sides. And the corners are single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Across the bottom and the top is just simply a single crochet into each stitch. The second round of the border is double crochet in each stitch across the top. Okay, the corner gets 5 double crochet. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. When you come down the sides where you did the chain 2, the chain 2 gets 2 double crochets, and the single crochet gets 1 double crochet. So 2 double crochets into each chain 2 space and 1 double crochet into the single crochets. So you will work that all the way around, the top and bottom, 1 double crochet in each stitch, all 4 corners, 5 double crochets, and the bobble sides where the chain 2s are, 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space, 1 double crochet into the single crochet. And once you complete that second round, your block border is complete. So it's 1 round of the singles and chain 2s and 1 round of double crochets. And it looks pretty darn cool if you ask me. Okay, so that doesn't look so bad, does it? It looks pretty easy. The only thing you have to be careful of is that your bobble stitches line up like they're in a column. The rows line up and they line up horizontally and vertically. Yes, horizontally and vertically. Vertically. I can talk. Just wash my tongue, can't do a thing with it. So, this is what our cute little mushroom cow ended up looking like. Isn't he just adorable? His little, what'd you call that? Snout, nose, beak. This part. It looks so cute. Got a little hair part going on. Yeah. He's got it going on. Or she, if you're going to get some mushroom stew out of it. And that's the back side. But see how all the bobble stitch line up in a column? That's what you want to make sure that yours do. Ooh, maybe you could make a Halloween mask out of it. Okay, so that is the mushroom cow. And for the low price of a thumbs up on this video, you get to use my chart and all my other charts for this project. So you will find the link for that chart down below in the description. You will also find the links to the other videos for the blocks in this project. And if you are caught up and ready for the next block, if you click on this box over here in this corner, right up here, it will take you to the very next one.